Hey guys, I figured out a cool little trick when I was working on the sunset pattern today. I was trying to fit the half round pieces for the sun and the reflection, and I was trying to figure out a good way to do that. Last time I just ground it and it kind of fit good, but over the length of an inch it wasn't perfect and it led to some fussiness in the welds. So I was thinking about how would I turn it to make it round, and I was like, well, why don't I just turn it and make it round and cut it in half? And then I'm like, that's a lot of waste. I kind of want to make two different pieces, two different colors. I was like, well, I could forge weld it together and then turn it, but it's never going to be even. I'm going to lose some. And then I had the epiphany of, why do I have to forge weld it? So what I did was I TIG welded a piece of 1075 and a piece of 15N20 to the end of this piece of 3/4 round bar, and then I chucked it up in the lathe and turned it, and it's 5 thousandths off right now, and it's perfectly round. It's why didn't I do this before? Just why? I was very careful to make sure though, because you can't tell the difference now between the two bars. I did a little center punch right here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I did a little center punch mark here to make sure I knew what the 1075 was, and I wrote it on everything as I was assembling everything. And as soon as I got it out of the lathe, I wrote down on which side is which for 1075, 15, and 20. So my plan now is to cut, I'll just trim off the little weld section here, and then I'm going to cut a 1-inch piece lengthwise from this, and I should have a half round of 15 and 20 and a half round of 1075, exactly half a 3/4 radius, or very close to that, which should make it really easy for me to lay out my pattern. Genius. I don't know why I didn't do this before. So much easier. I thought it was going to be a pain to turn. I threw a carbide bit in there. It was fine. Didn't care. That said, I do have a very large lathe. That helps. Stiffness is good in lathes. But yeah, so that's the next thing I'm going to do. Now I can much more easily fit the other side too, because now that it's a known radius, 3/4 of an inch, what I can do is I can chuck these pieces up in the milling machine and use a 3/4 inch end mill to side cut in half the depth of the mill, and that will be 3/4 of an inch in an exact radius. So much easier. So much easier. Very excited. All right. See you guys later.